We're back with Emily Cole, the co-owner of the Savannah Bananas. Banana Ball has been called the greatest show in sports. How does that make you feel knowing what your goal was when you first arrived to Savannah to where you are now?
For us, it's so much about the next generation and about the kids. We've fortunately been able to grow our family and have 3 small kids now. And the way that they watch our banana ball games really is evidence to us that this is something special. When that starts to happen, it feels like we're on the right path because
Right.
now we're helping the next generation. And again, if you look at the statistics across the country, the Little League numbers are declining. Less and less children are choosing to play Little League. They're going into soccer or lacrosse. And so for us, even though banana ball is not exactly baseball, we feel like we're revitalizing the sport and getting kids interested in that type of athleticism again.
Well, you certainly are. There are no questions about that. You have over 6 million followers on TikTok, almost 2 million on Instagram. Why do you think Banana Ball is just resonating with so many people, and why are so many people interested in it?
Again, somebody is able to connect with somebody on our staff at all times. With the bananas, we work really hard to make sure that we're hitting every demographic, every generation. So we have a senior citizen dance team called the Banana Nanas. They're women in their 70s and 80s who are dancing. We get so many emails and calls from older ladies who want to be on the Banana Nanas. They see themselves in that team. We have a dad bod cheerleading squad. It's a group of middle-aged men who probably not in the best shape, but they're out there being themselves, having fun. We get so many inquiries about how to be a dad bod, on the cheerleading squad with the dad bod. You can find somebody on our cast who you can identify with and who you can watch and who you can try to emulate when you go home. And I feel like it's just a better way to make a connection with the fans because there's somebody there who is like them.
Yes, you've checked so many other boxes that fans are looking for. Your husband, Jesse, who is also the co-owner of the Savannah Bananas and the Masters of Ceremonies. How did his role and his iconic yellow tuxedo come about?
Yeah, so Jesse is a brilliant, brilliant guy. He's very creative. And so he played baseball growing up. He played D1 and was probably going to make it to at least the minors. I won't say the majors because that's really hard. But, he was on a path to play baseball and unfortunately tore his shoulder. And he'll say it's the greatest thing that ever happened to him because it led him into the front office. But his mindset shifted when, again, he saw these games where he was in the dugout or he was coaching and he had the best seat in the house. But he was bored and he was saying, people aren't coming to this. They're not entertained. And so he, right then and there, about 20 years ago, decided that there needed to be more entertainment. And so from that moment, he has really been the creative genius behind a lot of things. And so he has now built an amazing entertainment team around him, a creative team. They get together every week and they have OTT meetings, which stands for over the top. So now they come up with these over the top ideas. And so he's constantly pushing the envelope and really just kind of raising the bar within our company of how we think and in the creativity.
Well, it's so clear that Banana Ball is just really becoming a phenomenon. And it's so interesting that you even said you have thousands of baseball players that are reaching out to you to be a part of Banana Ball. Why do you think Banana Ball has had such an impact on baseball and just the baseball community in general?
It's really hard to make it in the sport of baseball. They've got less guys being drafted every year, and it's hard to make it. But there are a lot of guys who are still passionate about it. We're hearing from so many guys who maybe didn't make it to the bigs, or they did and now they're done, and they're not done yet. And they still want to play and they want to have fun while they're playing. And that's a big key is, when you do make it to a certain level of pro sports, you lose a lot of the fun for the game because so often it becomes about the numbers, the statistics, the sponsorships, the requirements, and a lot of the fun gets sucked out of it. So fortunately, with Banana Ball, we don't take ourselves very seriously. The game is very competitive, but other than that, we're just a bunch of kids out there having fun, following a passion. And so that's really refreshing to see, a lot of the 20, 30-year-olds coming out, but we also have a lot of major league players who are coming to play for us now. And just how much fun they have out there is refreshing because we know that some of that was kind of sucked out of it for them.
Well, you truly have built something so amazing, and it seems like you personally are having so much fun doing it. What advice would you give to young girls who want to work in sports one day?
Yeah, I love this topic because I think that it has shifted a lot in our culture. It used to be such a weird thing for females to work in sports. And I'm so proud now that our staff is comprised of about 50% females.
Wow.
And honestly, it's something I don't even think about within our staff anymore because it's so normal that girls are kind of running the show. But then I get into other organizations and I see that it is still the minority. So for us, I just want girls to know that it can be normal and that it is accepted elsewhere. You know, in the bubble that you're in the organization that you're in, maybe it's not normal. Maybe you're not the majority, but it is growing that way. And there are organizations where people do respect your opinion and they do think that you deserve a seat at that table. And just like within our organization, I don't even think about it anymore because it's so normal that the females are making the decisions and people respect them and we're all one big happy family. And so I want people to know that even if it's not what their dream is where they currently are, it can be in a different place.
Great advice. All right, when we come back, we're going to have some fun with Emily Cole. Don't go anywhere.